This is the same approach that took me from struggling and unprofitable to where I am today, consistently making over 6 figures a month from trading. So let's dive right in. So first and foremost, what even is trading? What is day trading? So again, this is something that I'm going to break it down similar to how your high school economics teacher would break this down to you. Back in the olden days, it was a lot more, I guess, feasible or physical for you guys to be able to understand how trading works. Now, because it's the digitalized era, it's a little bit more difficult for you guys to understand it. So I'm going to take us back into the olden days of how they did trading and how they did stock trading and investing to give you guys a better understanding of this. So let's take this back to the olden days when computers and phones were not super readily available or had nearly as much capability as they do now. When I wanted to go buy one share of a stock, I would have to call up a brokerage or a person that's connected to a brokerage and say, hey, I want to buy one share of Apple stock. Let's say Apple didn't exist back then, but sure, let's just say, hey, I want to buy one share of Apple stock. They say, okay, this is the price of it right now. I can get you the paperwork in a week. Okay. And then boom, they get the paperwork of your one share of Apple stock and then they mail it to you. And then you have the paperwork and you're like, hey, I own a share of Apple. Awesome. And then if you ever wanted to see what the price point is at, you would again still have to go call up the brokerage and say, hey, I'm looking to sell this share of Apple stock. What's it priced at right now? And the brokerage is pretty much doing everything for you. They are pretty much the middleman between you and the company that you are investing in. And it's the same exact thing as it is today with this online internet money situation with online brokerages, but it's just a little bit quicker and a lot smoother, where instead of making a phone call and then receiving a piece of paper and then making another phone call, we have charts that can tell us the exact price movement at any point in time throughout every single day, within every single second, within every single minute of every single day that is happening in real time. So we have digitalized this, and pretty much the overall goal is to, again, buy one share or one contract of, let's say, Apple, for example, and sell it for more. Okay, so again, you guys very commonly hear buy low and sell high. Sounds easy, but it's a lot more difficult than how it sounds. Obviously, you're going to want to buy low and sell high for a profit, but you can also end up taking losses by buying high and selling low, which, believe it or not, a decent amount of people end up doing that. So we want to stay away from that. And in this video, I'm going to help guide you guys to be able to set yourselves up so you guys don't fall into that trap of buying high and selling low, at least too consistently to the point where you are losing money in trading rather than making money. Okay, now to break this down even more so, what are we doing within trading? This is the way that I like to explain trading. A lot of people, they get into trading, and I'm sure you guys are watching this video right now and you guys are like, yeah, I can't wait to get into day trading. How can I do it? And you guys get in and you're like, what's trading all about? Making money. And that's where you guys go wrong. That is the first and biggest mistake that every single beginner person that's learning, getting into trading, that's always their first mistake. They see people like me, you know, whatever. I got a chain, I got a nice house, I got some nice cars, I got some cool watches. And they're like, hey, this guy's making a shit ton of money. I want to make a shit ton of money. So I'm going to do what he does. And what he does is make a shit ton of money. No, you got it twisted. We need to understand the root of what trading is. What is trading as a profession? Because realistically, what are all professions? It is doing an act, doing a service, doing work to then generate an outcome. And then the awesome side effect for ideally most jobs is money involved, right? So let's think about specifically, what are we doing as traders to help us get that awesome side effect of money? We are accurately predicting where price wants to go with a high probability. So that sounds a little bit more nerdy than just rah, 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 we're making money. That's what trading's all about. And realistically, if you guys want to get into trading, you guys do have to be a little bit more nerdy, and you guys do have to get a little bit more focused and disciplined and consistent in order to truly make money from trading. This is not for the weak-minded people, and this is also not for lazy people. I know a lot of people come into these videos because they've seen a video of me driving a $3.5 million car, and they're like, I want to be just like this guy because he's making a whole bunch of money, and I want to make a whole bunch of money too, but they aren't willing to put in the work that is required to be able to get there. And again, I'm going to lay out a path for you guys to be able to get there, but I need you guys to understand that first before we move forward. So what is trading about? Not making money. It's about predicting where The stock or index or commodity or currency pair's price wants to go with a high probability. Keep this in mind. We are trading purely off of probability. There are days that we lose and there are days that we win. Our goal is to have a high probability of winning on a daily basis. Okay? So somebody like me who makes money from trading, I have a high probability of winning. Somebody who is brand new to trading and they suck at it, they have a low probability of trading, okay, of being able to predict where price wants to go. So what is our goal with trading? How does this profession work? We have a high probability of predicting where price wants to go on a daily basis. Simple as that. We are looking to buy low and sell high with a high probability every single day. We are also looking for, this is a different concept,